Dramatic entrance. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the second review on my kind of revamped YouTube channel. If you remember to that poll I mentioned in my last video, which I held on Instagram, the other option for me to review was the Flo's V8 Café from Cars, which is set 8487? I need to get a more effective system to read these set names. But anyways, yes, it was released in, I believe, 2012, and had, I don't even know how many pieces. The picture I have is a European box, so that's a thing. And it was released for ages 7 to 12, and I can definitely see that. I'll get into my opinions on the set at the very end. But yeah, I think first off, let's just take a look at, of course, the cars that come in the set, and I believe there are 6 of them. So let's get to that. Now here are all 6 of the cars we get in this set. Now of course we have to start with the living meme himself, the big ka-chow himself, Lightning McQueen. Now if I'm not mistaken, this is a design based off of his appearance at the very end of the first Cars movie, which is evident by the white printing on the sides there, and the white 95 on the top. I believe the 95 is actually a reference to the year Toy Story came out, which is 1995, and that was the first Pixar film. A little fun fact there for you. But this car looks pretty nice. I like how LEGO did interpret the Cars characters in their own kind of art style. I don't really know much to say about him. He's just, you've all probably seen this vehicle before. Of course, the printing is nice. There's a print on the front where the Rusty's logo. The mouth is a little weird. It's very low down on him, and he is glancing to the side. But of course, we have to make the obvious comparison here of the 2017 Juniors version. Now, a lot of people say, well, this one is made of plates and bricks, therefore it's automatically better than the one made with a chassis that is preformed out of one piece. I personally beg to differ. I much prefer the new one. First off, the printing for the mouth does not look really bizarre like this one does. This one looks like nightmare fuel, while this one actually looks halfway decent. I like the silver printing on the windows as opposed to the dark gray. That just seemed like a weird decision on these ones. And of course, the elephant in the room is the addition of a brand new spoiler piece on the 2017 one, and the just brick built one in the original, which doesn't look great by today's standards. So that's a little comparison between those two. Now, of course, we have another living meme, Tow Mater, who's another iconic meme character from the Cars franchise. And Mater was always my favorite character as a kid, of course. Like, why wouldn't he be? He literally is just hillbilly, tow truck, funny lines. Yeah, that's about it. But he has some nice printing. You can see the hood, or the face there. And the 2 bricks on the side also have some printing. And then you can see the face, or the mouth, mind you, has also a print on it. And finally, the back has a print on it. You can see he has a little tow hook here, which can go up and down. Has a little ball joint at the end where you can attach the hook itself. And he has these really weird looking, honestly, what are these? The mirrors, sorry. Side view mirrors. They pop out way too much to me. They look like ears, and I don't like that. But other than that, that's just a personal gripe. That's it for Mater. So let's pull in Flo. Of course, whoops, move the camera a little bit there. Of course, Flo is, well, the manager, I believe, and the owner of Flo's V8 Café in the films. This is a pretty nice build for a kind of, I don't know how to describe this, kind of a retro 60s car. I'm not a car guy, as you can tell. She has some nice printing, of course, like all of the cars do, especially like these ones on the side, which can be used for a lot of different things out of the Cars kind of universe. The one thing I don't like about this figure, or car, I guess, is that little gray spot between here. I feel like they should have filled that in with a piece. And the hood probably is another complaint of mine, because, I mean, it's too rounded. That's all. That's about it. It's just too round for me. I wish they used the classic one instead. Next up, of course, we have Sally, which is, I believe it's Lightning McQueen's significant other, which is weird, putting into context that these are living cars. I just opened up an entire wormhole for you guys there. But yeah, Sally's a very average one. She's probably the most basic car out of the bunch. Just has the print, and print. whoops, nothing on the sides. She does have unique wheels to the others, which is cool, but that's about it for Sally. Next up is one of my favorites, if not my favorite of the set, probably tied with Flo, actually. This is, of course, the hippie bus himself, Fillmore, who is one of the most, another meme character from this franchise. There's a lot of those. You can see there are 3 separate printed pieces on each side. I believe they are all mirrored or the same, except for this one. This one does have a different print altogether. And then you can see the front has a print with a really weird jumper in there. I wish they would have either tiled that off or made a print instead of that. That looks like he has a nose. And then you can just see the print down there for his mouth and his license plate, which I believe is one of the only cars in the Cars universe besides Mater to have a license plate on the front. You can also see an exhaust pipe, and that's the only Lego car figure, I guess, that has an exhaust pipe. So, very unique car. And last, but certainly not least, it's your boy Sarge. Sarge is, well, he's Sarge. He's definitely a little under-detailed, I think. Like, the sides have no printing. He's fairly small, I guess. But you can see if I take these pieces off here, and the top piece, you can see it has the inverted windshield here. Very interesting piece. I'm not going to bother reassembling him, I don't think, because I think you already have the gist of it. But yeah, he has prints for the eyes, right there for the star. I think mine's a misprint with that little crooked star. Then there's 2 prints on the front, and 2 mirrored prints on the side. But that is about it for all of the Cars characters. I do like them quite a bit. But I think now we should take a look at the actual V8 Cafe itself. So let's get on with that. Now here is the Flo's V8 Cafe set itself. I do have a new setup for this video I'm trying, which is using this table to actually do the reviews as well of the actual product. But it covers a lot of space. If I take a car, see, it's pretty big. But most of that, unfortunately, is just a facade. It's really not very deep, very detailed, and we'll get into that, in my opinions on that, at least, in the final verdict. But starting off, we have these 2 caution cones, which are here, and no, we don't care about those. But anyways, for the first side of the build, these ones are very similar. These 2, I guess, gas pumping state. Well, one of them is like a car wash, which is not in the movie. But you can see, there we go. You can push a car through. Try to do this with one hand. Yeah, there we go. You go right through. Squeaky clean. Now, oops. Yeah, it's just that. It's just a little car wash with some of those nice bristle pieces. One thing I'd like to note is that the roof isn't attached, which is just the weirdest thing to me. Like, I have no clue what the designers were thinking by not even attaching the roof on something like a playset, which is going to be carried around and bashed and broken. Like, why would you do that? That's a terrible decision. Anyways, for the second one, it's virtually identical. It just has these gas pumps with some nice stickers, which I'll try to give you a closer look at. Try to get the camera to focus so you can actually see them. There we go. They just say Texas T. There's some little rods here that you can lower down and juice up your cars. That does not sound right. Unfortunately, I broke Lightning McQueen, so let's just fix him. There we go. As you can see, you can just drive from there and you can get filled up, I guess. That iconic scene in the movie where Tow Mater is drinking the cup and spits it out. It says he did what in his cup? What an iconic line. I can't believe they actually made it so you can recreate that, though. Beautiful. That's the best part of the set. All jokes aside, let's get on to this thing, which is probably what you all have been waiting for. This is the actual Flo's V8 Cafe itself, and it's a facade. It's a facade with a launcher. That's it. This is Flo's V8 Cafe. This is the only rendition of this we've ever gotten in Lego. And it's a power rammer. Why? Why would they? Why? No. That's not right. God, I don't know why they did this. Made this decision at all. I think a power rammer in one of these smaller buildings would have been way better than having the entire main structure compromised for that. It's a facade. It has that's it. There's no interior space. You can only fit one car right there, and that's it. So that is incredibly disappointing in my opinion, that this is the only model of this set we've ever, or the only model of this location we've ever gone, and it's just a play feature, nothing else. It does look decent when you have the two side parts right beside it, but still, upon closer inspection, it ain't that great. You can see there is a little bit of interior detail. There's a jukebox sticker, so not even a build. There's a table with a cup, because cars can use cups, I guess. This is nice, a Texas tea sticker on this kind of little drink dispenser. That's kind of nice. There's some nice tiling on the ground, but other than that, that's all there is to it. The V8 symbol is very nice, and these stickers here are decent. You can see some of mine are misapplied because I did buy this used for a good deal. You can just see coolant, gas, oil, and grease stickers there. But that's it for the builds of the set. So let's take a look, or take a kind of step back. Let's take a step back and look at the set on a whole, and I'll tell you my final opinions on it. Now, overall, in my final opinion, I am not a big fan of this set. It's weird because I have so much nostalgia for the Cars franchise, and I love Cars Land at Disney California Adventure at Disneyland, so this kind of seems like something that would really appeal to me, honestly, but it just doesn't. It doesn't do it for me. It's very simple. There's only, I don't know, like 20 pieces in both of these, and maybe 40 in this. I'm just guesstimating there. But it's a letdown to me that this is the only version of such a pretty iconic building in the Cars franchise, especially due to the fact that it is one of the main centerpieces of Cars Land. It's sad that it's just facade, play feature. I don't like when sets are compromised for a gimmicky play feature. It doesn't work for me. But then again, I'm not really the target demographic for this set. So, I mean, I'm fine, I guess, with them doing those kind of things, because I know kids would have a lot of fun with this, but in the long run, for me personally, it's not something that appeals to me. But then on the other hand, the main builds of the set really are the cars themselves. It's really not about the V8 Café. When you think about it, it's basically a character pack for for the cars. I almost get interrupted in this part with random noises in the background. Anyways, final verdict. Not the best. I don't know. It's decent. The cars are very nice. The characters, the set itself is lackluster, to say the least. But that's it for this review. Please tune in to tomorrow's video. This will be hopefully a daily thing. YouTube videos every day. I'm hoping to do a room tour tomorrow, but I don't know how that's going to pan out. I've already filmed like 2 of them, and they just haven't worked for me. But yes, I will catch you guys in the next video. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm desperate. And yeah, so bye for now.